Hello, this is Kerry Belviso from kerrybelviso.com, and I'm also the creator of the Heal My Adrenal Fatigue e-course, which you can find at healmyadrenalfatigue.com. It's starting in September, so sign up at my website or at the Heal My Adrenal Fatigue website so you can hear more about that as it approaches. Now, today I wanted to talk with you about energy and making a comparison between your energy levels with a bank account. And so let's start off by having a look at what it means, to have that healthy, balanced energy and what I'm talking about there. So if you've got healthy, balanced energy flow, you might be experiencing, a range of different stresses within your life, but they feel like they're quite manageable. And you're also, giving back to yourself in a range of different ways. So you are getting enough sleep, you are eating well, you are exercising, you are getting enough leisure and downtime and fun and pleasure and time with friends and family, partner, or whatever it is for you. So it's really like this nice balanced flow. Now, same as with a healthy bank account, we've obviously got expenses, but we've got money coming in. So there's a flow between money coming in and money going out. And hopefully, obviously, less is going out than what is coming in. So we've got this cyclic flow. Now let's see what happens when you start to add stress or pressure into that mix. So if we think about that in terms of energy, so maybe your stress levels are increasing. You've got extra demands at work, you might have extra stress at home, you might have conflict or difficulty with friends or family or partner, or you might be developing a food intolerance, or you've been over-exercising. So these are all different forms of stress. So there's two different ways that can go. We might either, give more care to ourselves so that we can still feel relatively balanced, or we might find if these stresses continue and get worse, or we have a really significant stress, well, we start to become under more pressure. Same as with our bank account. So we might get some additional bills that we weren't expecting, or our expenses start to increase, and that might be okay for a period of time, or it might start to put us under pressure. And if we start to go under pressure, the way that might look with our bank account is that we will start to put, for example, money on our credit card. Now, we know that if you're putting money on your credit card, that's really no problem if you're paying it off. So that would be, more stress, but it's being managed and being addressed. But let's, imagine that stress is continuing, so the expenses potentially are increasing, or buying more than what I can actually afford. And so, my credit card bills are getting bigger. And then all of a sudden what I'm doing is only putting maybe the minimum onto my bills each month, so the minimum payment onto my credit card. So I'm really I feel that, I've got this extra energy in the form of money, but it's not really mine. It's the same way as that with our energy. So if we're under this significant stress over a period of time, we might try and compensate for that with sugar and coffee and things like that. Or we might just decide, right, I'm going to use my mind and I'm pushing through. I just have to keep on going. But it's not energy that we've actually got. And we might just be putting the minimum energy deposits back in. So we're just giving ourselves the bare minimum of sleep that we need. We're just eating whatever. We're not really caring for ourselves in that way. We're not really thinking about what it is that brings us pleasure and joy and making a priority to give ourselves those things. We're just saying, well, I don't have time for that. I just need to keep going. I need to keep working. So we're treating ourselves like this, minimum, giving ourselves the minimum repayment of energy and our credit card. Now, let's take it a step further. What if we then experience, for example, a really big unexpected bill, really, something happens that we completely weren't expecting? Well, we're in a really compromised state because we've already overextended ourselves on our credit card. So maybe by this time, we've let it drag on. This bill, our credit card is now come up to 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. And, to deal with that, rather than toning back our expenses or addressing it, we're just extending our credit card limit. And so we've got this extra expense and now it's a major stress for us. What are we going to do with this? It's the same thing with our energy levels. If we've just been putting the minimum into our energy bank account, well, if we experience a big additional stress, then we don't have much in the way of reserves to be able to deal with that. And we maybe thought we had more energy than what we actually did because we've been propping ourselves up with this credit of coffee and stimulants and that pushing through. So I want you to have a think for yourself about how are you actually spending your energy? How are you using your energy, and how are you filling up your energy tank? Really important and useful to think about, and I'm looking forward to sharing more insights with you in the lead up to the Heal My Adrenal Fatigue e-course starting in September.